Hello, hope everybody's well. Hope everybody had a good weekend, staying at home. Okay, as usual, if you like these videos and you want me to continue to me making them, but get my teeth in, all you need to do is just drop a like down below, thumbs up, smiley face in the comments. Let me know you're okay out there. That's the most important thing at the moment. So yeah, if you do appreciate these videos, then drop a like, a smiley face in the comments, a thumbs up, and if you like at the end of the video, if you like what I've talked about, then feel free to share. That'd be ace, or tag somebody in who you feel might benefit from hearing it. Right, so let's talk about fit shaming. So I'm quite, but I say fortunate. I've been fat and I've also been fit. Okay, so I've been overweight, 5 stone heavier than I am now, and I've also been, relatively fit. In terms of my own personal journey and what I'm able to do. So I've sort of sat on both sides of the fence, so I kind of understand. Which gives me a bit of an unfair advantage when people talk about what it's like to be overweight, especially people who've never been overweight, which I always find interesting when people give theories about what it's like to be overweight when they've never been overweight. Now, I'm not saying you can't do that, you obviously can, but it does make it more challenging because you can't speak from first-hand experience. So basically what I've noticed during lockdown, which is fascinating, is that there are pockets of problems in terms of social distancing. So social distancing seems to me like the biggest problems or the biggest issues are happening. I think supermarkets are still a problem. I think they are doing their best to try and make sure that they minimise that, but it's still a problem in the supermarkets, I think, particularly inside. Outside and managing the distances and so on and so forth, I think that they've made massive improvements. So I think supermarkets are a problem. It seems like when the weather's nice, which it has been, people gathering in large groups in parks, like there was that video of those lads running out of the park. They were playing cricket in the park, and this is like last week. This isn't like at the start. The police had to disperse them. So I think what I'm seeing is like those are the key issues here. What I'm also noticing, though, is, going back to my point about being overweight, is a bit of fit shaming. Now, fat shaming is an interesting thing because fat shaming is... The problem with fat shaming is that people think that fat shaming is being honest and telling somebody the truth. So if somebody's overweight and has too much body fat, they're overweight and they have too much body fat. It's not personal. Fat shaming is personal, so it's attacking the person rather than the physical. Okay, so it's making it personal rather than physical, which is just being a dick, and that's just a problem. If you call somebody a name because they're overweight, then you're being a dick. But if a doctor says to somebody you're obese, well, that's a fact. So that's fat shaming, and that's where it gets muddy in the water, and that's why people who've never been fat shouldn't talk about it, because you don't understand what it's like. Because telling somebody to love their body when they don't, trust me, they don't, is not going to help, because that's creating a deluded mindset. But we won't go there. So anyway, fit shaming. So what I've noticed is there's a bit of there's that expression Schadenfreude, which is laughing at other people's misfortune. There's a lot of people who, because basically when you exercise, and I know this from being fat and being fit, from being on both sides of the fence, when you see people exercising when you're not, it makes you insecure, because a lot of people want to do it or want to be able to do it. So when they see somebody doing it, it makes them insecure. And that's been amplified at the moment for all these people trying to make out like people exercising outdoors is the problem. Like, for example, me this morning, I went for a run down the canal. I saw 3 people on the canal, walking the dog. Kept the distance, at least 2 metres, perhaps more in some cases. And that's fine. And then when I came back, I did a bit of a road route back home, and I still didn't see hardly anybody out. And this wasn't early, but it was, 7 o'clock, just after 7 a.m. So, people who are still at work would have been going. So I didn't really see anybody. So me doing that isn't the problem. But I get this impression that people are attacking people trying to actually go out and run or go out and cycle and actually keeping fit rather than gathering groups in parks, because their insecurities, they're saying, well, it's an exercising people that are the problem. It's not. This thing was going to spread anyway, and then of course people crowded into supermarkets and so on and so forth and all these other places. was a bigger problem than just me going down the canal for a run. So there is a lesson here. The lesson is that if something's triggering you and upsetting you, why is that? So if you're one of those people who is getting triggered and he's getting upset and he's trying to blame people exercising, like running on their own, which isn't the problem, why is that? And is that because it's time you want to take some action? You want to do something differently? And it could be that, because there is a classic expression, is if you want to know where you need to develop, look at what offends you. And it could be that. And I know that from being on both sides of the coin, because 15 years ago, when I was fat, I would have been that person. Oh, it's them exercising people doing it, because I can't do that, so I'm going to blame them. And it ain't that. So, yeah, hopefully that's a bit of a lesson. If that's triggered you a little bit, fantastic, because that, again, probably means that you need to take some action. And if you do want to take some action and you're a woman aged between 30 and 50, then you can join our next free virtual trial, which is a 7-day trial. You can have 10 free workouts as part of our week. I'll give you 2 exclusive newsletters as well, video newsletters, coaching things that I only give to our members, which are how you can develop a bulletproof weight loss mindset, understand it better. So there's 2 of those about goal setting, which is really, really good stuff. So you can have those for free, and then you can have 10 workouts, exclusive workouts, only for our group members. That's a week's free trial. You can start next Monday. We're looking for 10 people. If you want to get involved, just comment with free trial, and I'll send you the details. Have a good day.